Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Yashar Allah. Call Haloyam La Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shai Bahasham Harakakodash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith in the work. Shall keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. It says, wisdom cries without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Right? Out in the NIV it reads, out in the open, wisdom calls aloud. She raises her voice in the public square. Now we understand that actual wisdom doesn't cry aloud in the street. Those are the prophets going out into the highways and hedges and crying aloud, warning the people of the times that they're in and of the times to come. Right? And scripture tells us that the warning wouldn't necessarily be in vain because it all happens for a purpose. It's either to set a mark upon individuals that they heard it and didn't want to receive it, or it either touches the right ear and sows a seed, and that seed grows into, elect, right? But nevertheless, this wisdom has been crying out for a while, and you steadily have individuals that turn a blind or a deaf ear to it, right? And the Lord, like I said, the Lord already warned us that it would be so. One major example of this that I can think of is 2019, 2020, the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020, when, that thing hit, that C-109 hit, and the men of the Lord peeped game before the ball even got rolling, right? Before it even got to the daughter of Babylon, which is America, the men of the Lord were already saying it's coming. The men of the Lord were already saying it's something in the east that's having people, drop unalive, right? And hitting out into the highways and hedges and saying the same thing, but nobody listened until it came. Then when it came, then people started paying attention, right? Then when that thing came, we already knew what was coming next, and we put that on blast. The devil gonna come with some special sauce, right? We already knew it was coming because we already know how this devil get down because he did it before. One of the main speaking topics was the Tuskegee experiments, right? And how we were saying that was all, they unleashed a D in order to experiment on people. And so many people were saying, man, that was back in the day, you know what I'm saying? That's a different type of so-called white man. That so-called white man don't exist today. And didn't want to take heed to the warning. And sure enough, Esau Edom came with that special sauce. And so many people took that special sauce. And they came with the propaganda machine to say, well, if you don't take it, then you stupid. If you don't take it, then you spreading the D. Or you spreading the V. Right? If you don't take it, you doing this. If you don't take it, you that. Right? And you steadily had the men of the Lord that were telling people, do not do this because this is a trick of the devil. Right? And here we are in so-called 2026, and it's all being brought to light that everything that the men of the Lord was saying was true. Not just the men of the Lord, but the men of the Lord and Esau Edom own people. But the men of the Lord was calling it out first. Right? Well, calling it out first. Then backing it up with proof that was being provided by different doctors and different coroners all over the daughter of Babylon. And so many people, including YouTube punk ass, was calling us conspiracy theorists, saying we were spreading false information. Right? You caught so many strikes behind videos that were bringing out actual truths. So many videos taken down that were bringing out actual truths. And here we are in 2026. right? And everything that we were saying that was, is, and is being presented to the world, right? So I'm saying all this to say, we saying the same thing about who we are and who the rest of the world is, who Esau Edom is, the plans and plots of Esau Edom, the digital world order that he's planning on unleashing on this world, the MOTB that he's planning on unleashing on this world. You have the same people that were calling us crazy then, calling us crazy now as it pertains to the info. It's the truth, right? But people are not paying attention to it. All right, so I'm gonna let a video play. I'll be back.
Did you get the vaccine?
No.
How could you? Can't you think about other people?
You act like this virus was man-made.
It came from a lab.
You're such an anti-vaxxer. How can you not trust this totally normal vaccine that came up out of nowhere?
It's still experimental. It's not.
You're an anti-vaxxer. The government and the media told us to treat you like you're anti-science. I hope you die.
Did you hear what the CDC said about the vaccine? Yeah, we literally told you that like 5 years.
Why didn't anyone tell us that it was made in a lab or leaked from a lab?
We literally have been telling you.
Do you think that's why some people died suddenly then?
Oh yeah,
that was random heart attacks from healthy young people.
We literally told you that like 5 years ago.
Oh my God, are you a prophet? How did you know?
That's crazy, right? And honestly, how YouTube get down, I'm really about to post this, circumspectly. With it, I'm basically, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm expecting this devil to either give me a strike about this because the man said the V word, or because the man said the unalived suddenly, because those were the things that were being posted back in the day when the thing first hit, that would get you a strike, and that would get you your videos taken down and so forth and so on, that have come to be absolute truth, to the point to where
MAGA is melting down this morning. Dr. Anthony Fauci is testifying before Congress about COVID-19, and he invoked his Fifth Amendment rights, and MAGA is losing their minds. They're saying, if you have nothing to hide, why would you invoke your Fifth Amendment rights? Who would do that? He's a coward. Why would someone do that? He's so cowardly. Well, guess what, MAGA? Your Dictator Trump, did the same goddamn thing.
Let's try something. What day of the week is it today? On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. What color tie?
This man is on trial, right, for wrongdoing as it pertains to the V and as it pertains to the effects of said V. Right? Claiming that the science shows this and the science shows that. And so many idiots went out there and followed the science and became the first guinea pigs. All right? It was literally the term, man, that was literally the terms that were used in 2020. I say I'm going to post this. Probably going to get a strike. It is what it is. Right? You got to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, man, you'll fall for anything, and nobody can dictate that. Right? You can try, but the truth is the truth, and the truth is going to come out. Wisdom cries without. Right? So, let me see.
How much damage did this one little man do to this country?
Anthony Fauci, through his illicit activities, appeared to have resulted in millions of American casualties through 4 mechanisms. The first one was obviously through his agency funding gain-of-function research at the Wuhan lab, leading to a global pandemic that killed 7 million people globally and over 1 million Americans. The second mechanism was suppression of early treatment protocols during the early pandemic, suppressing hydroxychloroquine, suppressing ivermectin, The third mechanism was hospital protocols, pushing remdesivir and ventilators that killed many people. And the last mechanism was pushing hard vaccine mandates, experimental mRNA injection mandates, that we now have millions of adverse event reports in the vaccine adverse event reporting system, deaths, disabilities, and severe injuries. We got 4 days left. We need justice, right? We need justice. Yeah. We all want to see it. And he's the top man that we have verified evidence that he indeed committed various crimes.
All right. Now, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical information. This is just what's happening in the world today. I'm simply reporting news and equating these news that we're seeing to the scriptures and everything that the Lord said would happen. All right. Now, as far as the individuals not listening, let me go to scriptures right quick. All right. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20 again. Wisdom cries without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. So if you listen, the Lord will bless your spirit to receive his word. It says, because I have called and ye refused. So the word went out, the warning went out, but people refused. All right. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right? So the same way this thing happened in 2019, 2020, the warning went out, people didn't listen. It's the same way the Lord has the prophets warning the people about this digital world order. Telling the people, get your spirit right, because the devil is coming for your soul. This devil is coming for one last hoorah. You don't have to believe it. The Lord gonna make you a believer. Right? Romans 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Right? So you don't have to believe us. The same way the Lord made believers out of these different individuals that went back to the Father after listening to Esau Edom's science, is the same way the Lord gonna make you a believer when this devil put that thing inside of you that track everywhere you go, that you won't be able to buy or sell unless you take this thing. And if you take this thing, there is already a judgment prepared for you. And really, the Lord already knows who's going to take it and who not. Ephesians chapter 1 lets us know the elect of the Most High have been chosen before the world even began. All right? The elect of the Most High. Right? Galatians chapter 6. The Israel of God. All right? So, yeah, man. I said once again, this is not medical information. This is all for educational purposes. Going into the past and showing, according to the scriptures, that that thing that happened in the past is a thing that'll happen again. Right? So, with that I said, call Allah Yahweh Yahweh Shai Ba Shamar Kakodah Shalom Yasha Allah Ba Ba Ba. Also, fair use, right? This was all for educational purposes. All right? Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abba, Abba.